Okay, we are back. This is Kelly with the Soaping Soprano. In case you missed that, you don't know why you're here. It's to watch me make soap, most likely. And today we are making the second soap in our summer cocktail collection, and it is called Electric Lemonade Cocktail. It's this lovely fragrance from Brambleberry. It is super tart, super sweet, very summery. I've actually made this one before. I've had it in my shop before. It's been several years, but it's coming back. It's making a comeback, and you can't stop it. Well, no, you can't, because I'm making it right now, so you can't. We'll see if I also make the solid bubble bath that I made before. Depends on how I feel that day. Probably. The answer is probably. So we'll go ahead and combine our lye solution and our melted oils and get started making soap. Blended, we're going to split off two other colors for the accents, and then we'll have the main color and add the fragrance oil to all of them. And when you see these colors, you're going to think I've lost my ever-loving mind. I probably have, but they're pretty fun. This is a very bright soap, and I like it that way. Alright, here we go. Are you ready to see these colors? The first one's not anything too crazy. It's just regular old Klein Blue from Nurture Soap. Nothing too crazy. It's nice and bright, but, you know, I use it in a lot of soaps. Our second color is the Sea Green Mica from Nurture Soap. A good duplicate of this one, or almost duplicate, is the Aqua Pearl Mica from Brambleberry, which is what I used the first time I made this. I'm just out. And the last one. Oh, the last one. Are y'all ready for this? I don't think you are. Here we go. It is Tangerine Wow from Brambleberry. And it is neon. And I want it to be neon. So I'm adding quite a bit of it. Get out. So I'm going to blend these up, see if I'm happy with the colors, and then I'll add the fragrance, blend that up, and then we'll be ready to pour. Our colors are all blended up and ready to go. The fragrance has been added. Everybody's ready to go. Aren't these super fun? The bright orange, the kind of teal, and then the blue. So I'll be doing a drop swirl with this one. So I'm going to add in some of the neon orange first. It's not really neon, but it's kind of close. So I'm filling the mold about halfway full, roughly. And I'm going to go with the blue first. And I'm going to do it really high down one side. I'm going to do the same thing with the teal on the other side. Very high. Now I'm going to come closer with the teal and pour it on top of where I did the blue. So hopefully it doesn't go down quite as far. And then we'll do the same thing with the blue on the same side that I did the teal. Now we're going to add in some more of the orange. You notice I'm drizzling in kind of a thin stream. That's to help it mix and do the swirl part. And then we're going to go back with the blue, and you notice I'm pouring very close so that it sort of sits on top, but also comes down just a little bit. And we'll do that with the teal. And then we're going to do the same thing with the teal on top of the blue. Very carefully. And I still have quite a bit left, which is good because we're going to do it again. And then the blue on top of the teal. And time for more orange. Okay, so I have a little bit left of all the colors. I'm just going to continue pouring very gently of each color in kind of stripes. Backwards so you can see. I'm not good at doing it backwards because that's what happens when you're right-handed. We'll just plop that on there. And yes, dots everywhere because we can't do this without making me making a mess. So now that I've got everything on there, I'm taking a spoon, and yes, I got a metal spoon finally, and I'm just going to push it up. But I'm going to wait for it to set up a little bit. If you couldn't tell, things were still very, very thin. So I want to let it set up a little bit so the texture will hold. So we'll wait just a little while and see what happens. While that's doing it, I can clean up a little bit. Okay, I got us all cleaned up, more or less, and it's ready to go. You can see I did a tester and it sort of held its shape, so I'm taking my spoon and pushing it towards the middle. Just a little bit. Getting all of that nice top to be going on here. And we'll do the same thing down the other side. I'm not counting. Somebody once asked if I ever counted how many times. No, I just sort of overlap it however much it overlaps, and that's it. So now we're going to take it and we're going to go swoop and kind of ploop it. It's a technical term in case you were curious, plooping it. And we're going to ploop it on down the other side too. And we're good. I'm going to spritz it with our rubbing alcohol. And we'll be back to cut it in just a couple days. And we're back. Operation Electric Lemonade Cocktail is a success. So let's see what kind of fun swirls we get on the inside. Perfect. And pretty much what I expected. This is usually what happens when you get a drop swirl. All kinds of fun stuff. No two exactly the same, because if they were, that would take some of the fun out of it. And these colors are so bright and happy. They just scream summertime to me. Even though it's barely spring, I'm already looking forward to summer. It's still a little soft. This one did not gel, which is good. I don't generally want my soaps to gel. I find that that works better for my recipe. And the end cuts. So these will go away to cure and they will be available soon. See you next time.